First drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. Threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, that's into a double team. That's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And finally down at the 41-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Julian Blackmon bringing him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, you have to be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it will come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Carson Wentz in the cold offense, ready to go back to work. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense to get their defense a little bit more.
He goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. But incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, just shy of the 40.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense. You have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. A gain of 6 there on 1st. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 4. It's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
On 2nd down and 4, Wentz. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. No gain, no time on the completion. Now Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2, following a gain of 6. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From just shy of midfield, he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. To throw is Wentz. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because, and let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the full.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for the Broncos. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit him with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
On 2nd down, Williams. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. And they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking back. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following a holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that'll set them back 5. So the 4th start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Quick slant to Hamler. Touchdown, Broncos. KJ Hamler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to the
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes rule doesn't throw the football that exists when you're between the 20s. They don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB,
and he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
This return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. It's complete to Jones. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing on first is Wentz. Going to throw right side here, complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
2nd down and 3.
A final shot before half for Wentz. It's complete. In the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Elliott now to kick this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy there at the 24.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'm keeping an eye on that defense, and I think the coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Williams. And not much to speak of. Called it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now a deep ball here. Hauled in just past the 50. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Well, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Shotgun now for Wentz.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Wentz going to lead for Taylor on the option.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Nyheim Hines, his first. They're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to be sacked. And second back right at the midfield stripe. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Williams. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
They're going to try and throw.
They'll get this to Hamler over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Oh, man, can't do that.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
This offense converted once. On 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. Well, quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
And he takes it in for a quick score. Jonathan Taylor is 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Elliott good on the extra point. Cut down to 14. A nice tidy little drive there. Getting the ball in excellent field position. And only one play to score it.
K.J. Hamler returning it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go.
And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
You know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. So 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. He'll look to throw.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
A gain of 18.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
He's got his big tight end, Fant.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Charles, you'd say the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
This point after is good. And the lead now at 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver's offense ready to go again. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Broncos on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers, 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
He's got his tight end fan.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Javonte Williams.
His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season.
And the Broncos are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Pressure comes and down he goes. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. It happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 14. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Broncos,
they continue to show they're playoff ready as they move to 13-3 with 1 game remaining.